Hello, all my college football friends out there. This is Buckeye Vinny coming to you with this special Buckeye football segment. Let's get this going right now. We all know it is official for the 2020 football playoffs, college football playoffs, that is. And here we go. Number one, just what I predicted, that Alabama would stay undefeated and still be number one, beating Florida last night. What a game it was, though. 52-46. Bama stays at number one, 11-0. Number two, Clemson. The Tigers put a whooping on Notre Dame last night, 34-10. Clemson moves up. Clemson 10-1 on the year, ranked number two for the college football playoffs. Coming in at three, our own undefeated Buckeyes, winning the Big Ten championship, defeating the always good Northwestern Wildcats 22-10 to take over the third spot. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish coming in at 10-1. We all know I just mentioned them getting beat yesterday by Clemson, but Notre Dame still stayed in the top four even with that loss. So I'm going to go right down the list again. Bama at 1, Clemson Tigers 2, Buckeyes 3, and Notre Dame 4. My friends, this is the way it's going to play out. Alabama will take on Notre Dame, 1 versus 4, and the rematch that all the Buckeye fans couldn't wait for is Clemson Tigers and the Buckeyes rematch of the 2019 playoff last year. We all know last season Clemson won 29-23, came right down to the wire. My friends, we're all praying as Buckeye fans that it's going to be different this year. Without a doubt. Do I think the Buckeyes can beat Clemson? I do, but I'm just going to say this, without a doubt, the Buckeyes really need to bring their A game if they want to defeat Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. Now, something I want to report on here, we all know Texas A&M has been the talk around college football for the past couple weeks, saying that if they would win out, which they did win out other than their one loss this season, but if they would continue to win, would they move to the 4th spot? Well, we all know the answer was no, they did not move to the 4th spot. Even though they ripped up Tennessee last night 44-13, it still was not good enough to convince the college football panel to put them in. And I know for Texas A&M fans, I'm sure you're disappointed. I don't blame you. You guys had a heck of a team, again finishing 8-1 on the year. But unfortunately, the panel believes that these are the 4 best teams in college football 2020 season. And, you know, again, let's look back. We have the Cincinnati Bearcats. They ran the table, finished undefeated, beating Tulsa last night. They did not make it. So, you know, when you play it out, you had Iowa State that got defeated by Oklahoma last night, although Iowa State, that was their 3rd loss of the season, so there was no way they were getting in. Again, Oklahoma lost 2 games on the year. There was no way they were getting in. So, you know, it just came down to, bottom line, the panel wanting to pick the 4 strongest teams in college football. And obviously, they shunned away from picking Texas A&M. A little bit surprising to me because I really did not know how that was going to play out. With my video I did the other day, I mentioned how would it play out if Clemson would beat Notre Dame on the 2nd try for this season, and sure enough, Clemson did. How would that play out with Notre Dame losing. And let's be honest with you, my friends. For me, it's not like Notre Dame only lost by a touchdown or less. This game was an ugly game for Notre Dame. It's weird because Notre Dame did lead in this game 3-0. And, obviously at that point, it was all Clemson from that point on, outscoring Notre Dame 34-7 from that point on. So, for me, I don't want to say Notre Dame got lucky to get in, but, the judges could have looked at it and said, well, Notre Dame didn't even put up a good fight against Clemson. We're just going to eliminate them totally from the top four. But, again, the panel of judges did not feel that way and felt that Notre Dame at 10-1, and I get it. Obviously, they do have a better record than Texas A&M. A&M is 8-1. Thank God that the Buckeyes finished undefeated, because if not, the Buckeyes would have been booted out of the top four. But they were not, and so I'm going to run it over one more time how this played out. Very interesting. Bama at number 1, no surprise, 11-0. Clemson, number 2, 10-1. Our Buckeyes, number 3, 6-0. And again, Notre Dame Fighting Irish rounding out the 4th spot at 10-1. Again, Bama will take on Notre Dame. And the rematch of last year, Clemson Tigers versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. Hope everyone enjoyed this video today. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And please, by all means, continue to subscribe to my channel. I love your subscriptions. Thank you very much. And like always, please comment down below. Like always, peace out. God bless. Go Buckeyes. Rematch against the Tigers.